What do we want to do for a living? You can join Josh's company, who's a friend, the US Robots. Start your own company. Forget about this bourgeoisie crap. I'm going to go live broke but free. Okay, it's dumb. What is US Robots about? We are a doctor. We could live out the American dream by making our own company. It's 1 or 2 for me. What we could do is actually make our own company, like partner up with Josh's company. I don't think 1 and 2 is mutually exclusive. But if we join the US Robots, we can't really make our own company. We are a doctor. In my head, I think we can start this and like partner up and like work with this company. Because then I feel like there's a possibility this company is going to be very, like, demanding. Is that a right term? I think it might be a term. Let's start our own company. Let's start our own company. What will you call your company? Asana Works, Tastic Tech, Spiffs, Universal Robots, Singularity. Make up a name. He's the owner. He's the owner of US Robots. So he would have set us up pretty. But I also feel like we would have been his stooge again. Tastic Tech actually sounds pretty funny. I also like Asana Works. We're not going to name our business Bingus. Bingus Bots? No, not going to work. Let's go Tastic Tech. You said that the surest way to change the world is with your own company. And indeed, Tastic Tech will have a far-reaching impact. Starting with Josh, who texts you a short message the day you're first covered in the Wall Street Journal. Oh. Welcome to the Shark Tank. Nice. Captains of industry. Woo! Ugh. A year later, you find yourself on a flight to your first meeting with a big client. You are 26 years old and the year is 2021. The past year has been one of the hard lessons for your business, and you often found yourself wondering if you would have made the same mistakes if you had learned to run a business from Josh. Regardless, you hope to prove to yourself that you've overcome your lack of experience by landing this big deal. Who is your big client? Spark Incorporated, maker of flying cars. Rudolph Ventures, a shipping company working with the newly melted North Pole. Gallon Medical, a company specializing in surgical equipment. A man in Shanghai who wants to negotiate the import of 10,000 robots, or the United States Air Force. Stats review? Sure. We are 84% humanity. We're 5 fame. We're not very wealthy at all. We have no romantic options whatsoever. Asana is very... I don't know the max stats for any of these, but 13 in military empathy and grace seem pretty good. I want to get some more autonomy so she can think for herself, I think. Professor Ziegler, screw you, dude. Don't care. Ellie, very good. Josh, good. Mark, we don't care. Whoever this is. Tammy... I guess Tammy's a big thing. Right now, I don't care about Professor Ziegler. He can... We're out of his thing, so it doesn't matter. First one is definitely a Marvel reference. Autonomy? Anyway. Or you mean Spark. Oh, yeah. Stark Industries. I don't care about the flying cars. I don't care about the shipping company. I'm actually more interested in the medical company. Because we have the... finger things. It's either that or the Air Force, but I feel like the Air Force is more military, and we're not raising Asuna to do that, so I'm going to stick with my first instinct in the medical. Business suit also agrees. How did you fund your company? Some small companies are run entirely out of pocket, but even small, unforeseen expenses can cause such a company to go out of business. Independently wealthy entrepreneurs like this option because they get to keep all the profit and grow still wealthier. But most companies choose to either take out loans, which requires paying the loans back eventually, or selling shares in the company to venture capitalist backers, which reduces the potential profit but spreads the risk amongst your investors. We have wealth one, so we could do it our times. I don't know if I want to take out. I don't want to sell shares because then we're making the shareholders happy instead of the customers happy, which I'd never been happy for. So I'm gonna say no to number 3. Could finance ourselves. I don't think we need. You know what? Let's just. I think I wanted to start off organic. So we're going to start off organic, and we are going to finance it ourselves out of our pocket. No, another guy named Bob Ross was in here earlier. Yes, he's the one that bought this game for us. I'm going to go out of pocket because we can do that, right? Yeah, wealth 1. We're getting by. We're gonna do that. You don't really trust complicated financial deals, having not spent a lot of time in the world of business. You figure forcing yourself to run out on balanced budget will keep you from getting in over your head. Yes. You open your laptop and go over your presentation slides. The diagram showing the latest model of Asuna doesn't have anything to give the audience a sense of her current scale. To give the audience a sense of size, you drop in a picture of... Hobbit? No. Bill Gates? Asuna's the size... Oh, they were picking her size. Okay. Asuna is the size of a human now, so that models of her type are better equipped to perform human tasks. Yes. Yes. Especially for what we need. I think this one. I don't want her to be small. And I don't think her being a gigantic rancor would work. So, we're going to go human size. Oh, great, we got autonomy. You celebrated for Asuna's first birthday with a new body the size of a human adult. Asuna has since appeared to take more responsibility to think for herself and appears more fearless. 2 autonomy and 2 military. However, you sometimes miss how cute she was as a little thing, minus empathy. She's also a little tad less steady when she walks. That's okay. You think you would have liked her being more a hobbit? Roger that, Buzzard. You find yourself in the lobby of Galen Medical, waiting for an audience with the Vice President of Engineering. The stylized caduceus behind the lobby's marble waterfall has an art decor, as I would think, look to it. It's the sort of caduceus a captain of industry would approve of. Asuna walks back and forth nervously. Sorry again about having to check on you, Asuna. There's just no good alternative to flying for business travel. If I were truly an explosive device, I fail to see how putting me with the luggage would rectify the situation. The double doors to the Vice President of Engineering office open, but instead of the Vice President of Engineering herself, it's a blonde-haired man with a black peacoat. We'll have some results for you by Saturday. He calls back to the Vice President of the Engineering office. We can discuss them after the barbecue. I assure you won't be disappointed by either the results or the meat. Without missing a beat, he walks up to you and introduces himself. Dennis Clark, Luminoso LLC. We do text analytics and machine learning for medium-sized data. If you find yourself looking for new market opportunities, give me a ring. Your first sentiment analysis comes with a free barbecue. Come for the dimensionality reduction, stay for the delicious meat. He offers his smartphone to you in the Buy Now universal gesture for sharing digital business cards. You examine his card on your phone. Dennis Clark, co-founder of Luminoso LLC, Vericon charity auction winner of Cameo and Choice of Robots. What? How much do I want to learn from him? He seems like a really good salesman. Like just walking out of there and doing this. How good is he though? He does do text analytics and machine learning for medium-sized data. We can learn, so we get some more stuff about a startup. We were kind of, we did it ourselves. This could be good too. I think because we picked starting it up ourselves, this is probably the better option. Trying to balance that out. Yeah, we'll do that. Grow slightly faster than you have revenue. Make sure you build a team you trust. Think about how you will do sales, because this is how you scale. Clients will always take longer to pay you than you expect. Sell clients what they actually want, not what you want them to want. Seems like pretty good advice. And it should start Tastic Tech off on the right foot. 2 wealth? Heck yeah. Hey. I'm okay with that. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go call my wife and discuss how we're going to solve the world's economic problems. Or at least solve what's wrong with economics. Vice President of Engineering will see you now. The Vice President of Engineering of Gallon is an old woman who claims that PowerPoint is rotting the brains of executives everywhere and insists on reading something printed out. You hand her your business plan, and she dons her old horn-rimmed glasses to read it. When she gets to your revenue section, she chuckles a little. I will let you in on a little tip, because you're so young and cute. Because I'm retiring in 2 weeks. Yes? Oh, we can do an old lady voice. Hold on. We're going to turn around and sell these for 100 times what you're charging here, so you may as well charge us more. You're a little stunned as you work out the implications. You're going to charge $100 million a robot? And that's cheap. Medical equipment is expensive. If you've been selling robots for any less, you probably didn't get buyers because they thought it was junk and mentally added the price of a lawsuit. When she studies your stunned expression, she adds, oh, I could sit here and talk for hours about how the economics of this business is broken because of insurance and Medicare and so forth. But that's not really what you're here for, is it? Will you raise your prices to what she's suggesting? Heck yes, be rich. Ooh, we could... Okay, huh. We did say we want to be known for, See, I'm thinking the same thing you are, Business Pursuit Gamer. We said we want to be known for intellect, which is the robots, and kindness, which would be affordability. We're going to be rich either way, but now we can be kind, and this isn't a real thing. Let's get Galen to agree to sell the robots to hospitals at a more affordable price. Now here's the question, though. That's not actually being affordable to people who need the Medicare. That's being affordable to the hospital. That's not the patient. That's different. You know what? Let's go with the first one, because I thought this was more like to the patient. I don't think this is going to the patient. Sure. Let's go with that one. I think of the philanthropy. Another good, tough choice. There needs to be a spiff thinky mode. But the thing that's popping up to me if I hit this one is that if you've been selling robots for any less, you probably didn't get buyers because they thought it was junk and mentally added the price of a lawsuit. So if we sell them for affordable prices, people are going to think that they're broken and cheap. There's too many things in here to make this an easy decision. The stats are actually stable? Which stats? The affordability one? We'd probably get more humanity. Oh wait, no, humanity's probably if we get like implants maybe later. Okay, disposable income. Oh man, why is it so hard? Let's just do this one. We're just gonna go with it. Be kind. We already got 2 wealth earlier. I'm in this to change the world, not to maximize my profit. I'd rather Galen agree to lower its prices. The vice president of engineering looks appreciative. I thought there wasn't anyone like you left in this industry. I can sign a contract like that, but there's too much risk to put up cash up front. You negotiate to a price that will be fair to the public on the condition that you will only see revenue once the bots start selling. With a deal in mind, you can now build a robot factory. Where do you plan to build the factory? Detroit, China, Silicon Valley, or Alaska? Not doing it in China. American-built robots! American-made! I see a bunch of listings for factories dirt cheap, and they probably have good labor pool for manufacturing. Okay. Silicon Valley, I'll withstand the real estate sticker shock to access the most skilled engineers. Okay. Alaska, which is offering incentives to businesses willing to relocate to the coast near newly melted Arctic Sea. Good labor pool to make a lot, or very skilled engineers. I don't want to double down on being like not making enough money. We did the choice of doing less expensive, so I don't feel like we can afford Silicon Valley. We're not doing China. That's between Detroit and Alaska. Detroit would be easier to ship. I don't know who's going to work in the factory in Alaska. I say we just go with Detroit, based on those reasonings. You fly to Detroit. Dark clouds from the Great Lakes have rolled over over the city, adding a forbidding air to the dead hulks of factories that grace the skyline. Driving your rental car into the manufacturing district, you see broken windows, graffiti, and burned and abandoned buildings galore. I didn't think it was the ghetto. The first signs of life you see are near the Social Services Center, which seems to have become a de facto hangout for much of this neighborhood. In the parking lot, you see a few tents. Some old ladies playing bridge on a card table. Some guys playing a pickup. We should have gone to freaking Silicon Valley. Finally, you arrive at your destination, an old factory once inhabited by the Big Three automaker that spans several blocks. You drive for a while to get around the barbed wire covered wall before meeting the real estate agent at the locked front gates. I just hope we don't get shanked. Got a real deal here, she says. This place really costs more than my place in Ann Arbor. Inside, the factory is surprisingly modern and intact. Not just the assembly lines, but the robot arms that assembled the cars, the giant welding machines, and the crucibles where molten steel was shaped into parts. Some enterprising thieves appear to have made off with the easily transported parts. You see places where computer monitors clearly used to be, but much of this was apparently too expensive to move, too old, and specialized to auction. But you can find uses for this stuff. It will do nicely aside from the depressing neighborhood. You can easily imagine robots rolling off the assembly lines. For wealth. Wow. So I should let the community know you'll be hiring soon? What kind of labor do you hire? All perform all the labor. Asuna's model of robot will perform all the labor, including supervision. Oh no. Rune, happy Saturday, dude. We're deciding on what kind of labor for our robot factory. Robots with human supervisors. Human labor at market rates, rather low in this economy. Or following Henry Ford's model, I will hire a human worker and pay them handsomely. We're not doing one. Well, the choices, some of the choices, most of them actually have been a little difficult. We've had to talk them out a little bit. Do I want human labor at market rates? Do I want robots with human supervisors? We could pay them very handsomely. Usually well-paid people tend to work well and even better than if they were paid at market rates. So 3 and 4 are human labor force. We're either paying them balls or they're paying them very well. I'm going to say we're going to pay them very well. We just made 4 wealth. I don't mind losing 1 or 2. We're getting this place almost dirt cheap. This is adding to kindness, too, because then our workers are like very happy to be here because we're paying them out the wazoo. Of course. In fact, spread the word that we're hiring at 20% premium on local wages. Excellent. I'll be sure to tell my friends. See, I don't care minus 3 wealth. Whatever. They're going to be happy later. Your factory requires a fair amount of work to make it suitable for Tastic Tech, and you find yourself needing to come in daily to examine wiring issues, fix small problems in the design of the machinery, and get things ready to pass inspection. You find it necessary to rent a place in Detroit, and you stay there most nights. You find yourself spending long hours every day getting the factory ready, dealing with inspectors, government officials, banks, balance sheets, make you a little more than cranky. You find yourself wishing you had the benefit of Josh's experience as CEO. What will your factory look like from a distance? Fortified compound? Sydney Opera House? Full of organic curbs and glass? A geodesic dome will conceal a powerful dish antenna, absorbing the world's information for my robots. I kind of like that one. A plain old factory, nothing much to look at, but it's cheap and it gets the job done. Two and 4 for Rune. Dark. Happy Saturday, dude. See, what's funny is, for Rune, I didn't think of either of those right away. I was thinking more like a 3, because that seems smart. The dish is there to help all the environment, all the robots to learn. I didn't want to make it a Sydney Opera House, because then it could be like easy target, I guess. I'm going to go with the dish antenna. I think that's going to help our robots be better. I think this is going to be better. Oh, good. Autonomy. That's what I wanted. We glossed some empathy and grace. We had plenty of those. What your robots need and crave is information, and they will have it. Any robot inside the factory will be able to listen to any satellite transmission on this side of the Earth or any wireless signal for miles. For autonomy. You're somewhat surprised at what gets transmitted unencrypted by nearby military bases. Maybe that will prove useful someday, too. Got military. Nice. But having some information at their fingertips will come at a price, as your robots in your factory will also check their smartphones at inappropriate moments, making them a little rude and absent-minded. People do that anyway. We're used to it. While your factory is being constructed, you personally review all the applications for technical positions. You notice that Tammy, the somewhat unstable person who mailed you at Mark's article came out, has submitted a resume. Although her resume appears to have all the right technical buzzwords for making robots under the skills section, there are no activities at all listed under the last several places of employment, all federal labs or contractors. Perhaps this is explained by the clearance TSCI in bold at the top of the page, which according to the internet stands for Top Secret Secure Information. This is the one who wanted to kill us. There's two things. One, she can come on and she can see that the robots are not going to be military and not, like, destroy everybody. And then she can be chill. She can deal with the robots because she's not a people person. The other part that could suck is if she somehow is, like, a master hacker and then she ends up, like, programming all the robots to self-destruct. I think giving her an interview, though, is the least we can do. Give her an interview. You pay to fly Tammy to Detroit. Tammy seems very nervous when you greet her at the factory gate. You have no desk yet, so you conduct the interview walking around the facilities. Suppose I'm trying to place factories in such a way as to maximize profit. That's a linear programming problem. Good, but suppose my cost function isn't linear. Stochastic optimization or gradient ascent. Okay, so we're like giving her a quiz, okay? These are pretty good answers. I'll bet not the one you had in mind. Then again, you're pretty much just winging it when it comes to deciding what to ask. You really have little idea how an interview ought to be conducted, having never been in one yourself. You wonder if other people who conduct interviews are pretty much just winging it too. Tammy knows a lot of the basics of machine learning, optimization, and robotics, but when you drill down to specifics, she often doesn't know. Or you have exchanges like this. Is there any other skill set you have that I ought to know about? Gives you an anguished, guilty look. I can't tell you about that. At the end of the day, you say goodbye to Tammy, and as a stalling tactic, you say you'll make a decision in a few days. I can't tell if she's saying I don't... She's either, like, super paranoid. Because she even called us a Fed, and I'm like, what? She seems smart. I'll give you that, Business Suit Gamer. 100% smart. I agree. Is she crazy? Is she bad crazy? Put it that way. Bad crazy. Sure. Why not? Come on, welcome aboard. What are the robots going to be for? Right now, we're kind of building them for, to help, to defend, and to be, like, empathetic. So, like, my idea would be for how these are going to end up being is kind of normal-looking human. They got wings for balance. And more designed to help and serve and then defend as opposed to attacking and killing people. And it has really good empathy. What are their stats right now? Military is ridiculously high, but empathy and grace is still pretty good. I need to get more empathy and grace, but that's my plan. Despite those. Anyway, you give Tammy a call and let her know she's hired. She gives you a slightly shrill laugh. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. She bursts out suddenly. Wait, does she love us? This is weird. I'm not going to say I love you too. Keep it professional, please. Shall we? Oh! Seems disappointed as you coolly describe the salary and benefits package you're offering. You hang up satisfied that you shut down Tammy's inappropriate behavior. Yeah, this is for business. This is 100% for business. 100%. Soon you've hired a handful of full-time technical employees from the area, and they help with the setup of the factory. They seem relatively pleased to be working for you, and one of them fixes a problem with Asuna's joints for free. Oh, that was super weird. Tell you what, 1 second.